And you really tell the difference when you start to understand how Sagittarius. My brother is a Sagittarius generation, as opposed to me. My birthday was the 4th of December 1992. 1992 was a time of great turmoil of the Bosnian genocide and a lot of upheaval socially. And it was actually the time that Pluto was the closest. It came within the orbit of Neptune. It was very close as close to Saturn as it had ever been. So it was all to do with disrupting order. Saturn is control and order. Okay, and how they relate to each other. Well, a really good thing about this chart is you can see very clearly, for example, the trine here between the Moon, Mars, Mercury and Pluto conjunction. That is beneficial energy that feeds into each other, and when you pay attention to the different transits that go on, you really feel how they're triggered. Now, I'm not going to make this video drag on for too long, because it's getting a bit long already. But I'm just going to take a transit, for example, the Moon in Capricorn at 24 degrees yesterday, triggering me to come and make this video and share this with you and open up myself. Well, Venus, for me, natally, when I was born, was at 24 degrees of Capricorn. So the lunar eclipse falling at 24 degrees of Capricorn, well, I need to tune in with that. And Capricorn, it's how we get on in the world, and I've been so lost for so long, and really not understanding how any of the system works, and being well outside of it, living in a tent in the forest, and learning to fast and live on very little, and stripping down my body and my senses and getting in touch with nature. But there's another way, which is when you don't fit in with the current state of affairs, you create a new dimension. And this is a very intuitive way that I have an understanding of life. Maybe you do too, maybe this resonates with you, maybe not. I think that's the beauty of astrology, and I don't think you can ever have too many astrologers, because everyone is tailor-made for a different kind of energy. And certainly I feel my Sagittarius coming out during this, because Sagittarius is the sign of the philosopher of it's the arrow point, it's the centaur pointing up his arrow to the stars, as an optimist. And I feel like, the typical thing of we heal ourselves when we heal the collective when we heal ourselves really is true. I had a political career campaign when I was 23. It was a big age, and I was very excited to transform the world. And I had a campaign called Save London Now, and nothing changed. And it's I don't know how much I really expected to happen, but it was definitely for my own benefit to try and at least feel I was doing something. There are different things to consider in a chart. As I say, for me, giving myself a reading, I would also look into the human design. I would throw up a human design chart for anyone, and I would see how relevant it is, because I'm in quite a small percentage of people for that being such an empath. It would be very relevant information. That was a transformational day, the day I found out I was so empathic and so open in all my centres, and I just have one channel between my throat and my ajna, which is for curiosity. It gives me a very, very good focus intention. And I've also come around to the idea of myself being so philanthropic and caring so much for the community. Well, why do I care so much about the collective? Well, because I'm feeling them all the time. So everything that a human does is from a vaguely selfish perspective, because we are defined by our environment, and it feels nice when other people feel nice. From a true thing, not from being a people pleaser. Yeah, clarity. The moment that we know ourselves, we are free. We really are. We can laugh at it all, but we're unconscious of so much more than we could ever realise that we are unconscious of. And I am still so unconscious. But the awareness is ever expanding, and the confidence is growing from a place not riddled with doubt, not trying to prove anything, but from wanting to share. And who knows if I've got everything in this. This is amazing to do this. And I don't believe in Mercury retrograde. I've only had a few mishaps today. It only took about 3 hours to set the camera up. But yeah, really, really grateful. Thank you. Say goodbye to Cancer. We've learnt a lot with you. A lot.